We've got a few different news from Uniqlo to share with you today. First, let's talk about something with a confirmed date, which is the Uniqlo and JW Anderson collaboration dropping on January the 16th, which is crazy early considering we only got the winter collaboration in October. And last year's summer collection didn't drop until April. So this is 3 months earlier than when they dropped last year, and it's unexpectedly early. Either this is a one-off to take advantage of the recent news that Jonathan Anderson won the Designer of the Year award and they want to ride that momentum, or we might be getting the summer U and C collection earlier as well. Now in this collection, they're going for a preppy, back-to-school look with blazers, rugby shirts, ties and bags. The way they've done the product photography is very similar to how Loewe has done it, which makes sense since Jonathan Anderson is the creative director at that company. Now, if I'm going to be honest, the overall collection is a bit underwhelming, but let's look at some of the items that I think are worthwhile before we dive into the rest of the lineup. First off, the rugby shirt. I think they look really good. Uniqlo doesn't sell anything like this at the moment, so it's definitely worth a look. I've been talking about rugby shirts in quite a few of my videos, and I do really like the traditional thick stripes designs on their rugby shirts. In my opinion, the navy looks a lot better, and it's more versatile than the blue. The body is made from 100% cotton, and at this price, I think it's definitely worth picking up. I also really like the 68 blue rugby shirt in the women's collection. The dark color doesn't really look blue to me, but the accent pink and yellow, I think they go really well together. Sizing wise, it doesn't specify for XXL, but comparing it to the men's sizing, I think it could be a really good crop fit option. So generally speaking, I do prefer thicker shirts. So the oversized Oxford shirt caught my attention. I think they're really trying to bulk out the catalog for this release because they've listed the same item in different colors 4 times. Now the color choices, they are solid and definitely cater to popular demand. Personally, I'm really drawn to the pink and the blue stripe versions. I think both of them are versatile pickups. Materials wise, it's 60% cotton and 40% viscose. Now what I hope they've done is they've maintained the same amount of cotton as the standard Oxford shirts in their regular collection and added viscose for more thickness rather than replacing the cotton that's been used. Next, they're bringing back more of the pleated wide trousers. I reviewed their previous release and they've become one of my most worn trousers. And coincidentally, I'm actually wearing them right now. The wide fit is really comfortable, but not so wide that they look ridiculous. And this time they're releasing them as chinos for the summer season, so the material might be a bit thinner. Although realistically in Europe, by the time this release drops, we'll probably still have another 5 months of cold weather before summer really kicks in. Nevertheless, these are different from any trousers Uniqlo currently offer, so I definitely recommend picking them up if you haven't got the previous pair already. So from a clothing perspective, I think these 3 are the most interesting items. They do have the AirSense blazer with some JWA branded metal buttons that looks almost identical to the AirSense jacket, which you can buy right now. I'd be interested to see if the cut is any different, but the material composition is identical. So to me, they look like the same jacket, but they've just photographed it differently. They've also made some changes to the zip hoodie. It's similar to the standard Uniqlo zip hoodie, but the drawstring's different and you get JWA branding on the zip. And the pockets are embedded into the hoodie rather than being sewn on externally. And everything else from the collection just looks like cosmetic variants of existing items from what I can see. But they do have some nice accessories though with this collection. The drawstring bag is new and I'm pretty sure they've never released ties before, at least in the European market. I really like the sharp, vibrant colors they've picked for the bags. Honestly, I want all 4 of these colors, but I think the orange stands out to me the most right now. And from the picture, it looks like a pretty big bag with decent size. Probably best used as an overnight bag or a kit bag if you're going to the gym, since you struggle to carry a laptop or an iPad for office or school purpose in a bag of this shape. The fabric looks thick and is 100% cotton, and honestly I don't know how they're selling a bag like this for such a low price. And lastly, I really like the design of some of the new socks. The subtle off-white color paired with either red or green works really well. It just adds a bit of character to your socks game without being too over the top. Okay, so that's everything from the JW Anderson collection. Now let's talk about other news. The Jil Sanders Lemaire and Engineered Garment reissue. Obviously it's been on my radar for a while and I wasn't going to mention these unless there was going to be an international release date. But since they announced the JWA collaboration, I thought I'd throw this in so you can keep an eye out for it. Now they are only issuing 2 or 3 pieces from each of these collections. On December 20th, which by the time you've seen this, it would have been released, they're doing an Engineered Garment and Lemaire reissue in selected stores in Japan. The Engineered Garment is for these two pieces, and for Lemaire, they are only reissuing the women's sweater. And on January the 1st, they're reissuing the Jil Sanders collaboration with these two jackets and a few shirts. Now, when the Plus J collaboration dropped, I never actually picked up these items, but I do have some other Plus J pieces tucked away somewhere. So when I do find them, I'll try and show them in the end of the video. All right, so that's all the upcoming Uniqlo news. It's going to be interesting to see if they bring the U and the C release early into the late January or early February. And if there's any news on the reissue international release date, definitely be the first to let you all know. And thanks for watching. And I've got another video for you to watch here and here if you're interested.